Welcome everybody. Welcome to Sunday Stock Talk with Rich. So we're going to be breaking down everything as usual today. We're going to start off by going through futures, seeing where we are. And then from there, we're going to go look at the swing trades. We're going to look at some day trades. We're going to look at what's next for the market. Okay. So let me quickly just double check the audio, make sure we're good. And then we'll get started. Okay. So yeah, if you guys can hear me, throw it in there real quick and just so I can double check. I think we should be good though. So yeah, there we go. All right, so we are good. So Joe says good evening. Good evening, Joe. Thanks for joining me on your Sunday. Okay, so let's start off with the process. So the first thing we have to do is we have to go to the weekly chart, right? And let's draw the range of the last week. Okay, so let's do that together. So we can hover over the candle. George says evening all. Welcome, George. And we can look at the high and the low. Okay, so the high was 41.8675. Okay, so we're going to put that up there. And the low was 41.1050. So we're going to do that as well. 41.1050. Then we're going to go down to the hourly chart. And we're going to clearly see the range of last week. Okay, so this was the low of last week and this was the high of last week. And as you can see, okay, if we draw the Fibonacci retracement, this was the low 2 weeks ago. And if we take it up to that week's high, we could see that we clearly tagged the 886 Fibonacci. And from the 886 Fibonacci, we came to make a new high, but we made a double top pattern. Okay, so this is a double top pattern because we broke out and then immediately sold off. So that's what we call a double top. All right. So Delfino says, hi, Rich. Hi. Kat says, VGE, Rich. Okay, we'll get there. All right. All right. So the question is, okay, what do we do right now? Where do we open? Okay, so let's go here. Let's find the 18 bar. This is 6 o'clock. Okay, so we're opening in the range of last week. And this is basically the same thing that happened to us last Sunday. We opened in the range. Okay, and as you can see, we did not break the range until Friday. So this is what I mean by when we open in the range, there's going to be some kind of choppiness. There's going to be some kind of battle. There's going to be some kind of back and forth. Okay, and with that back and forth, there's going to be it's going to be hard to trade. Right? And you can already see right off of the open, look what happened. We pushed down and we pushed back up. The buyers and sellers are not, there's no clear winner. But what we can do is we can draw the Fibonacci to help guide us like we did last week. Okay, so here's a Fibonacci. So we have all of these supports on the way down. Okay, so right now we're hovering around the 236 and we're just basically in a square box. That seems like very light volume, like nothing's happening, right? If we do pull back, we're going to look for first the 382, which is around 58, and then the 50, right? Those are the main Fibonacci's that we'll be looking for, as well as the 618. So this zone is a good buying zone right here. If this continues to go sideways, then we can say that it's forming a base. And if it does start forming a base, we can definitely squeeze through into new all-time highs very, very soon. Okay, so let's see. But you can see right here, we're hugging the 236, respecting it, and so far nothing really, no inside bars or anything really to trade. So we're gonna just have to reassess this at the open tomorrow. Okay, so let's go to MNQ and let's just see. So pretty much exactly the same thing, right? So just sideways action, and you don't want to be trading in the sideways actions because it's very hard to make money. There's a lot of chop in general, right? What we would like to trade is if we had a gap up, if we gapped up above last week's range, that would have been extremely bullish. Or if we had gapped down below last week's range, that would have been immediately very bearish. So because we're opening inside the range, expect choppiness, expect the Fibonacci to come into play. All right. Andrea says, hello, new to this. Welcome, Andrea. Lot to learn. Prabjot says, hi, Rich. Hello, welcome. Okay, so that's futures analysis. Pretty much we did the same thing last Sunday. And we went sideways. And then at the open on Monday, we flushed. We did all this. And like I said, every time, I just want to show you guys. Last week, okay, every time we came to the Fibonacci, look, every time we came to the Fibonacci last week, 50, 618, 786, 886, we had very playable bounces. I think at least 20 points each. If you caught this and you trailed properly, that would have been a 50 points. So if you played your hand correctly last week, you could have possibly made 100 points. Okay. B. Gotti says, thank you, Rich. God bless you. God bless you too, brother. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're done that. Now we're going to move on to the swing trades. We're going to look at the chart requests. I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking at, right? So here on my blue list, these are all of the trades that I've entered into the private swing room right now. So I put the trades into my broker already. So basically, it's automatically going to execute itself during the week. I don't have to do anything. That's what I want to do when it comes to swing trading. I don't want to micromanage or look at the chart, okay? So here are the plays that I have for next week. AMD, Tesla, Comcast, Nvidia, Next Energy, Goldman Sachs, UPS. This one is new, US Bancorp, DocuSign, and this one, Exelon, is my only short position. So I have a good bit going into next week. Not everything is going to fill, but that's why I'm using stop limit orders. Okay. Then I want to look at this list here. So this list is a very important list. So this is a 2-week consolidation that I want to share with you guys. So I'm giving away some of my trades in my swing trade room that I'm showing you guys them for free, right? Because I want to still help you guys, right? So look, IWM, we had a double inside bar pattern. So this is very rare, guys. This is very, very rare. This is a double inside bar pattern on the 2-week chart. Like, I don't think there was one back here. Okay. In 2018, there was one. And that one, it made a nice pop up. So you could have made some good money and then it flushed over. Okay. So just be aware. This double inside bar pattern does not come often. The last time we had it was in 2018. So pay attention to this. So this is the game plan that I have here. When above 226.50, I'm going to be looking to the long side. When below 217, I'm going to be watching these fits. All right. So this is one that I manually found in the market and I wanted to share with you guys. Another one is Walgreens. So this one is also a trade setup that I'm taking. So we can see that Walgreens has been in a downtrend. So I'm looking to short Walgreens right here. Okay. So if Walgreens breaks 52.43, I'll be looking to short that. Okay. All right. So that's me. Now let's see what you guys had requested. Okay. So let's go here. Let's go over here. All right. So let's quickly look at the request from Cat first. So VGE. Is this the one? Let me know if this is the one. Hey, Asif, welcome. Let me know if this is the one. Let's go to the weekly. Right. This is a nice, beautiful setup here. Okay. So let's go. Let's do some analysis. So we had the previous all-time highs right around here, and you can see that we broke out of the previous all-time highs. We're coming back down to retest it, and then we closed with a beautiful inside bar last week. So definitely a nice setup here. If we can break above that inside bar to continue this uptrend. So that's what I'm seeing there. So very, very nice play. Hey, is that right? VGE, right? I think that's the one. Let me know if that's the one. All right. Huxton is saying Kodak is his chart of the week. I don't know why this is the chart of his week. I don't know. This doesn't look too good to me. Yeah, personally, for this guy here, you know, we had a nice double inside bar pattern right here. And this was probably the best setup that there is on this chart, aside from this one here. So this was a nice double inside bar right there. And if we just took the short below this doji, that would have made you some money. So pretty much right now, nothing really to do. I don't really like the chart because there's looks like a lot of manipulation with those wicks down there. So something I would stay away from personally. Okay, so let's continue with the ones in the chat for now. So Ferez says Square. All right, so let's look at that together. So let's do a deep dive on Square. Okay, So looking at square right now, I can see a few things right off the bat. I can see a bullish Fibonacci and a bearish Fibonacci. So let's draw the bearish one first, okay? Let's go from high to low here. So we can see that this is a 886 rejection as well as almost a double top. So this is a very dangerous candle because we had buyers all the way at 277, and by the end of the close, they were at 254. So this could be potentially a false breakout if we continue lower. But I think the line in the sand is right here at 225. All right. So 225 right here. If this can hold, then everything else will be consolidation. And then we can see something like this where we can flag. Okay. So there's a potential to go sideways like this, fill in this flag, and then try again to break into new all-time highs. And if I were to draw the fib for the bulls, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Do you see how many times we touched the 618? 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Absolutely stunning right here. So this is where the bulls are hanging out. They've already made a lot of money. You have to understand too, right? We have to understand. We have to try to think like a robot, okay? So if you took this Fibonacci leg on the 618, right? And then we popped up all the way over here, the algorithm is going to be covering. The algorithm is going to be covering profits. So this is why we have some selling, okay? So this is why I try to teach you guys with the Fibonacci, you know, from my book, I talk about this all the time, is you want to try to front run the fibs. You want to try and get involved just like a robot, okay? Just like the robot. You want to be the robot. All right. So basically line in the sand around 225. If we get below 200, things are going to get very dangerous. Otherwise than that, we need to really retest 276. And if we can retest that, we're going to likely pop into new all-time highs. Okay. Alex says beyond. So let's take a look at that. So Beyond did pop up on my scanner this week, but I decided to pass on that just because Beyond is it's a very dangerous stock. Like we can see here with a lot of manipulation going on. There is a very nice inside bar close. And if you would like to play this, I would suggest bracketing to the upside and to the downside. Whichever side the is broken, take that side of the trade. There's no clear trend in Beyond right now. It's in a box. We could draw the box from here to here. So because of that, it's a little bit harder to just play in one direction. What you could do is bracket the bar. Okay. Matthew says the longer the base, the larger the move. Good point. Yeah, definitely. What I like with not just basing, but I like to see traps. Okay. So if I can see traps, then that is what gives me confidence. Like, so let's say I want to play to the bullish side. I want to see shorts getting trapped. I want to see them trying to short, but then getting reversed on. I want to see short stop losses. I want to see them. That is what gives me confidence. Okay. So let me give you an example. Let me see if I have any examples from my recent swing trades. Let's go to TD. Yeah, TD is a good example. Okay. So TD. So I'm in 2 positions in TD. I'm making good money on TD. I made a lot of money on TD actually. But let's discuss. Okay. I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about what I look for. So if you see this inside bar here, right, as an example, when you look to the left, you can see this very bearish inverted hammer doji, right? Very, very bearish. So there was a lot of selling in TD, a lot. And this inside bar came as a pause. So what I did here, my first position on TD, I entered at 62.82 with a stop at 61.90. And I wanted to get in because I knew that the bears are trapped in this chart. They're trapped right there. And you see this follow through. You see this big candle right here. Let me draw an arrow. This big candle is what I call a short squeeze. Okay, so take notes if you've never seen this before. This is called a short squeeze. We had the shorts, the stop losses here, and then we have the squeeze. And I want to be a part of the squeeze. I want to be the guy that's making money on the flip side. And this exact same thing happened this week where we made money on TD as well, where I already hit targets on TD. What is the pattern? Let's look at this inside bar. Let's look to the left. There's another long wick here. There's another long wick here. There are shorts that are trapped in these trades. And I did the same thing. I entered at 66.69, stop at 66.06. And then when we pierced through, we squeezed. Do you see how we squeezed through the highs? Because this is what we called the shorts covering. All right. So that's what I look for too, not just the base, but also who's trapped. All right. So does that make sense to you guys? Andrea says Airbnb. So let's check that out. Rizwan says, hello, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Airbnb. So Airbnb is working on a beautiful Fibonacci play here. Okay, so let's look at it together. So we can see here that Airbnb has pulled back to the 50. So this is a common occurrence in anything that, so if we look at Airbnb like that at the time, right? Nothing goes vertical in the stock market forever. Okay, it can go vertical, but it will not go forever. And I had a few of you who asked me during the week, what do you do on IPOs? This is what you do on IPOs. You see every inside bar that comes on this IPO, we take the break, right? If you'd taken the break on all of these inside bars on these IPOs, look at this, boom, boom, good money. But you have to also be willing to understand that it can't go vertical forever and it's going to pull back, okay? And if it pulls back, where are we looking for? Well, we're looking for the fibs, right? So there we can see already the 50% being tested 3 times. And there are algorithms here in Airbnb. There are algorithms here, okay? This is what the algorithms are loading on. So basically, if we can get back above 178, then we can possibly push up higher, at least back to maybe I would say 192 area, okay? If we break through here, then we can possibly come all the way back down to 140. And then if things get really nasty, we can take out the IPO price. Okay, so that's my analysis. Oh, wow, we broke 32. That is great. So someone today is going to get a free copy of my book, and I'm also going to be giving away 1 week in my swing trading room. Okay? So 1 week in my swing trading room and 1 copy of my book today. So please, I want to see I want to see you typing and engaging, and I'm going to pick a winner at the end. Okay? So as long as we stay above 30, okay? All the way till the end, guys. All right, let's stay above 30. Okay, I'm giving away a lot of stuff here, and other people in the stock market would charge you 5,000. You guys know who that is. Okay, you guys know who does that. The same things that I'm talking about here, someone's gonna charge you $5,000 for that. So just remember that. So let's help each other out. All right. So let's pull this Fibonacci on gold from the low to the high, and look how absolutely beautifully stunning this is, right? We talked about the gold a while ago. We sat on the 618. Okay, we sat on the 618, we double bottomed on the 618, and then we popped. So the last time we looked at gold, I said here, we're holding the 618. If we can get above this hammer at 162, we can have a push up. So the push up, the easy part of the trade is already done. That was for about 4%. So the easy part of the trade is done. Now the question is this base going to hold or not? So when you're taking this trade, right? When you're taking this trade, you want to enter, you don't want to enter after the move has occurred. Okay, right now, if you were in this trade, we should have got in on this hammer and already made some good money, and then you could have put your stop loss to break even to protect yourself. All right, so as long as this price range can hold 157.50 around this zone, as long as this can hold, we can do whatever the hell we want, and then eventually we can start going higher. Okay, on the flip side, if we look at the shorts, we take it from this high to low. We can see that the first rejection has been at the 382, which lined up with the 20 EMA. So there's still a lot of resistance up here. 50 right here at 170.40 and 173.40. These areas are going to be resistance. It's not going to go down without a fight. Okay, it's not, especially in commodities. Okay, especially in commodities. Commodities like to make things difficult. Okay, so just be careful, but know that we have 2 fibs in play. Okay. Andrea says, thank you, thank you. Matthew, gold, great idea. Could we do SLV too? Great potential there. Let's see what we got. So we did SLV, I think last week or something, but we had this push up and we hovered on the 786 and then we broke through the hand. You see, it's very similar to gold, but it's actually more bullish because it did not deeply retrace like gold. It's actually trading in a range right now. Okay, so we pulled to the 786. Look how perfect and beautiful that is. And now we're popping, so it's exactly the same analysis as gold. This has to hold for the bulls 22, and then the bears are looking for anywhere in this zone to continue to short to try to break through. Right, so it's definitely a battle right now. It's not that it's definitely not easy for commodities. Andrea says UPST if you have time. UPST. Start Holdings Inc. Yeah. So, okay, guys, look at this. Okay. IPO. Okay. Inside bar, bam. Inside bar short, bam. Inside bar up, bam. Inside bar short, bam. Every single inside bar breakout produced winners. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Okay. This is what I'm trying to show you. Guys are asking me how to trade IPOs. That's how you do it. All right. So this has had multiple Fibonacci legs. Let's go. High, low to high, 786, pull, 618 extension. Okay. Next leg, low, high. Okay. Beautiful. Look how beautiful this is. You see it's sitting on it's touched the 618 exactly. And then it popped. This stock, Upstart Holdings, there's a lot of algorithms that are actually trading this, lots, because it's trading in legs, Fibonacci legs. Okay. And it's working very well. All right. So basically looking here, the break above 109 would be great for the bulls, and a break below 91 can see us retest the 786 or 886. Okay. But very mechanical. This is like looking at a day trade. This is how it would look on a 5-minute chart. Pull. Okay. And then extension. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Are we going through Twitter list still? Yes. I'll get there. Okay. All right, guys, let me jump to the Twitter list because these guys have posted and I don't want to keep them. I'll mix it up. Okay. So DocU, I can't go through that. That's in the private room. UPS, I can't go through. That's in the private room, but we can go through JMIA. Okay. So JMIA, same type of, we did this analysis already. So we broke through the 618. The 786 is right here. This is a short fib right here around the 618. So right now we're kind of in no man's land unless we can turn the corner and break back above 33. That would confirm some intermediate bullish action. But definitely here, there are shorts in the market, and we can see with these algorithm shorts here. So be careful with this name. The market is up, and the market's at all-time highs, and this stock isn't. So that is a sign of relative weakness, right? So be careful when you play those names. Pen. Yep. So Pen touched the 618 perfectly, right? And it's bouncing and it's holding. So there are some robots, there's some algorithms here. If we can turn the corner and break above 98.77 right here, this will be a very good setup to continue long. And we've had 1, 2, 3 red weeks. So it's possible we can definitely have a green week. However, if we start breaking below 86.40, we could see the 786 be the next level of support. So be careful there. Okay. LBS, what is this? LBS underscore F. LBS. What is this? Never seen this before. Random length lumber futures. Wow. I don't know what this is, but definitely looks amazing. Look at this inside bar down here. Look at this one down here. This one, right? Look at this. Bam, bam. Beautiful. Right now, whenever we have a chart on the weekly that's outside the Bollinger Bands, we have to be careful to be bullish because normally we can see a standard deviation retracement, right? So what I would be doing here is taking the Fibonacci from this low to high now and looking for these Fibonacci levels to be support, right? If you're playing breakouts and you want to play very bullish, then as long as we stay above 1262 right here, as long as we can stay above this area, then we can continue this squeeze, right? This is basically this is just a squeeze, right? We had shorts here, we had shorts here, we had shorts here. And then right here, right when this candle came in, all the shorts got squeezed. And that's why we go vertical. All right. Tesla intraday long from Friday. Okay, so this is a day trade request. So let's look at that. 23. Okay. All right. So this is a day trade request for Tesla. I guess Tesla intraday long from Friday. Study R1 and SL. I'm not sure what that means, but what I can see here with Tesla is, this is the first 5-minute bar on Friday, right? And you can see that this was a nice trap, right? We had pushed down below the previous day's low, and we immediately turned around. So this is what we call a bear trap, right? Because the bear shorted here, then they got reversed on. So just taking the opening range breakout right here on this first 5-minute bar would have produced a nice winner. And this right here is just looking to read the price action, okay? All right. Sharon has real. Nice. So a lot of nice consolidation here. A lot of wicks to the downside. So this shows buying pressure. So if we can turn the corner above 24.10, we can definitely get going here. But we also have to be careful that there was a previous resistance up here. So, we could also just kind of flip over here. This chart looks very, very weird. I haven't seen one like that before in a long time. All right, let's look at Dash. So nice inside weak close on DoorDash. Very beautiful. So how I would play this, look at this. This could be another opportunity like this, guys. Okay. So the way we study the inside bars, we look to the left, we see how the inside bars have been reacting, and then we take the setups. Okay. So right here with the DoorDash, we can bracket this bar and play that in that direction. Okay. HMIX. Again, same concept here, but this one is a very tight consolidation here. We can see nice inside bar, but there's also been a bearish bar the week before. We can bracket this inside bar and play that wherever side it breaks as a trade, okay? XPEV. This one is sitting on a fib. If we take it from low to high, okay, we can see 786 is holding. So if we can turn the corner above 33.75, we can start to make this base continuation to the upside. If we break below, we can definitely go back all the way and retest these all-time lows. All right. We don't say that too often, right? All-time lows. Okay, we got a lot of requests here. So I'm gonna go through them a little quickly because I know you guys have requests in the chat too. So let's do a blitz. Let's do a blitz here. So right here, weekly digital turbine holding on the 20 EMA. This is a very bullish pattern. We're consolidating and basing. So what I would do here is this hammer bar, if we can get above, that's definitely a possibility to break into all-time highs. If we start pulling back, we could look for support back in this area. Okay, Oracle. Yeah, so Oracle, you guys know Oracle is my child. It did really well. I took this inside bar on Oracle to the upside. I came very close to 10 times my money. I've been locking in as I went up here. Right now, this is a very bearish candle, but Oracle is still very bullish. So let's see how next week closes, and then we'll be able to better analyze what's the next step. Apple. So Apple's just hanging out right now. Apple is against a major Fibonacci here for the shorts. Okay, this is why when we come up to this area, we have some kind of resistance. You notice here when we come to the zone, it becomes a battle. It becomes a battle because there's shorts here. This is the 618 to the shorts. So this week's range is very important. If we break to the upside, we can squeeze into all-time highs very quickly. But if we break to the downside, we're going to come back and likely retest these lows. All right. So this is why we start to get consolidation for the last 2 weeks up here, because this is where the 618 is. Okay. So our friend Samuel is sharing some stuff here. Thank you. Neil. Yeah, we talked about NEO previously, but I really like NEO here because you see how we had a double inside bar, a breakdown, a double inside bar, a breakdown. So the shorts tried. They're shorting. But guess what? Look at last week. Okay, last week, bearish bar. I'm sorry, bullish bar for the first time. First time in a long time, we've seen a nice bullish bar. And if we can get above right here, 41.60 and above some of these long red bars, we can squeeze right through because the shorts have been accumulating here. And eventually, if things start going sour, they're going to get squeezed. And as you can see, we've been forming a base right here in this zone. Okay, We've been forming a base right around here. So this is a very, very key time for NEO. So next week, the week after is going to be very, very key. So keep your eyes ready, guys. All right, LBX. What is this? This? What the hell? All right. Okay, let's move to the next one. CRSP. There we go. There we go. All right, so definitely very interesting here. CRISPR Therapeutics. Let's take a fib from this low to high here. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful there. 886 buy right here. Robot. Okay, I wish I could just like draw a robot right here. This is a robot buy, an algorithm buy right on the 886. So there is algorithms here. This level needs to hold for this uptrend to try to continue here. So $100 is the magical price. As long as this can hold, we can stay above this, then the bulls have a chance because the algorithms are here. You can see it. Look at this wick. Bam. It's an algo buy. BABA. Yeah, so BABA right now, I drew this trend line a while back, and BABA is just hugging this trend line. So as long as it can stay and hug this trend line and stay somewhere in this area, it's going to continue to consolidate. BABA is going to take some time to consolidate because of this news event that happened. It's not going to be easy for BABA to recover. You know, so BABA is actually the only position in my long-term portfolio that's red. So I think I'm going to blacklist BABA for a little bit because it needs time to regain the interest of buyers because of the news that they had. I can't remember what it was, some fraud or something, and it really crashed it. So I'm not really interested in trading BABA at all. Walmart. So Walmart, we took the swing trade last week. Okay. So this was the setup we took on Walmart last week. 140.90 by stop 139.39. We got in here, we made a little bit of money, we took a partial, and then it just went back down and it's just been consolidating. So this is a doji here. So Walmart is just consolidating right now. A break above 141 would be very bullish, and a break below this right here, 138, we could see it coming to retest this area for a Fibonacci play. GM. So right now, I don't see anything too interesting in GM. I played this last inside bar on GM and I made some good money here. So I took the breakout above this, made some good money on GM, but that's pretty much it. So no, I want to either pull back more to the 20 EMA or look for inside bar play. Facebook. Yeah, so we had the inside week last week for Facebook and we broke down, but we do have some buyer wicks stepping in right here. So this area is important to Facebook right here. So from about 294 all the way up to 302, this area is a very, very important area. And the reason is this was the previous all-time highs. Okay, and with the previous all-time highs, this can act as a major level of support going forward. So definitely eyes on Facebook this week. DDD. So DDD is on a fib. Let's take it from here, low to high, 786 holding. So it looks like there is some algorithms willing to buy. If we can get above 23, this would be confirmation to possibly push back up into this zone. If we break through 18, things can get really nasty. So keep your eyes on that. CMI. So I can't do docu. We did square. So we have CMI and PLTR. Okay, and then we'll get back to the chat request. CMI, nice inside bar. I like this one here. Okay, I would definitely be looking to bracket this bar as a trade into next week if it breaks above or if it breaks below. Very, very nice. I'll be actually more interested playing it to the bullish side for looking for a squeeze back to a new all-time high right here. So this is a nice consolidation for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. And we have the inside bar pattern. And if we can break above, that would be very, very, very bullish. Okay. PLTR. Yeah, so PLTR looks like it's sitting on a fib if we take it from all the way back in time. So sitting on the 618 and consolidating. So we really need to get here. This wick, 2580, needs to break for the bulls to take back control. If not, then we can pull back down to the 786. All right, guys. So there we go. That was a quickie. But I'm going to get back. So we have one more car. Did we do car? I think we did. But anyways, back to your request in the chat. Let me get back to where we were. So we were here with Paul, CGC. So let's go see what's going on with the marijuana stocks these days. What's going on? Oh my God. Look at these wicks. Did trade the marijuana stocks in 2017 and did pretty well. But I like trading things in the initial run. I don't like trading things on the secondary run because it gets a little bit messy. Right now, what I'm seeing here, if we take a bigger picture fib, let's take a bigger picture fib from this low to this high. Sitting on the 618, really, really nice. We've had a 4 weeks down. So you see how this week is sitting on the 618 with a kind of hammer. So just looking at the range of this week, if we can break above 28.14, that would be very bullish for CGC. But if we start to break down this wick, there's a lot of room back down to the 786. So be careful and be ready. The marijuana stocks, when they move, they move. So you got to be ready. Francisco says NVAX. NVAX. Nice inside bar here. So very beautiful. So here we go, guys. Let's look at this. Okay. Let's look at this in detail. What was the low of this inside bar? 155.56. What was the low here? 115. One sec. 155.56. And then the low here, 159.09. So you can see here that these inside bars are giving good pops, right? So nice pop. Come back down here, right? As long as if you have your stop below the low of the inside bar, that's a nice little pop as well. So it's definitely been responding very well. If we look back in time here, 11th of January 2021, we had this break of the inside bar and then bam, beautiful, beautiful squeeze. So right now, what we're looking at is we have a fib in play. So look at that. It's like a stairs. 886, 786. This is some robots, algorithms right here. Loading up, loading up, loading up. They've been loading up for a while. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a squeeze here with this inside bar break. So if we break to the upside here with this inside bar, so if we break above 226, I would definitely see a potential big squeeze here because there's been an accumulation right here. You see this? Accumulation from the algorithms. All right. Matthew, Rich, are IPOs like this because the banks that underwrote the IPO are running algos to ensure price holds? Yeah, that's part of it for sure. But it's also not just algos, but just new money in general. So when something is new to the market, it's going to attract all type of investors. It's going to attract all type of institutions, and because of that, the inside bar and the fib, for example, is something that can be programmed into a computer. Okay. And that's why they work very well in the IPOs, because a lot of the buying will actually be through the algorithm computer programs to have big moves like that. Big moves cannot come from retail usually, okay? Because retail doesn't have enough power to move those tickers, all right? So Kat says, car please, new all-time high. Okay, let's look at car. Avis, you know why Avis is a new all-time high? It's because I use them all the time. I should have bought some Avis. Look at this double inside bar pattern. I should have bought Avis over here, taking that baby up. I think I'm the one that's running this up, guys, through my car rentals here. Beautiful, beautiful break to new all-time highs. And what we see here with car is this was a trap. So we can see here that this was a trap. Okay, the bears tried to short that, and immediately they got turned around, very similar to the TD chart. So extremely bullish pattern right here on Avis. Extremely. As long as this price can hold at 73, we should just continue to go higher and higher. All right. Okay. Market is not liking growth stocks. Careful this week with some big tech earnings. Yep. Earnings is always something that we have to be careful for. Definitely. I agree. Rizwan says Disney. What's going on with Disney? So right now on Disney, we are actually, looks like we're sitting on a fib. So let's see. Let's take it from this swing low up to this swing high here. Look at that. We're hugging the 50. Bam, bam. We're hugging the 50, okay? So this last week's range is very key because it's on the 20 EMA as well as the 50% retracement. So if we can get above 189.85 right here, if we can pierce this, that is confirmation for a nice bullish push up. If we start breaking down though, we have support below us on the 618. So let's see how the range develops next week. All right. Rizwan says ticker F. So here's the funny thing, guys. This one is going to be a good one. Okay. So I shorted Ford last week. Okay. It was one of my trades on my 2-week chart. So this is remember I told you guys that I'm looking at the 2-week chart and I'm experimenting and seeing how profitable it is. So I took this inside bar short. Okay. I took it short. You can see my entry here. Entry was $12.06. Short stop was $12.62. We came all the way down. We hit my target. So my target was actually right here at $11.21. We hit my target. We went down to $11.18, and then we had this huge reversal. Okay, so I'm so happy that I covered and I locked in some profits because this thing just really turned around. So really right now, this is a bear trap. And if we can get above this 1289, if we can start breaking through these shorts here, like this is an example, like this is what I'm trying to explain to you guys when I say it's a bear trap or shorts are trapped. I'm the short that's trapped right now, right? But the good thing is I'm smarter. I'm a smart short. I'm a smart bear because I already covered the majority of I covered 80% of my position here already. Okay, so I don't care if it turns around and stops me out on the little bit that I have left. I'll still make money, right? So I'm a smart bear. But the dumb bears who shorted, they're still in there. So this is what I mean by short squeeze. All right. That's what I mean. So this is a real example because I actually shorted Ford. All right. All right. More questions. What do you guys have for me? Throw it out there. You guys have any questions? Anything? What's going on right now? How are you guys feeling? You guys feeling confident? I feel like last week was a very fair week for the day trading. I had a lot of students that made good money. You know, it was really fair. I showed you guys how to trade the news, right? So I think it was really, really good from a day trading perspective last week. The swings were good too. Definitely like TD and stuff like that. It really did well at the end of the week. So what's going on with you guys? How do you guys feel about everything? So Matthew says, thanks for intro. I have a new philosophy to focus on. Be a smart bear. Yeah, you know, to the bear side, if you're shorting, you can make money, but you have to be smart. You have to be smart, okay? Because if you're shorting, right, and the market is bullish, you know that the market is against you, okay? So you have to be willing to cover. You have to be willing to cover. Most of the times when you play to the bull side, right, if you play to the bull side, you can get bailed out because the market is just so strong. But when you're going to the downside, you better have a plan. You better have a target. You better not play around, all right? Sam says DEN and ASO. So let's see what's going on with that. DEN. So, oh my God, what is going on here? So beautiful, nice inside bar close. Oh, this is the 2-week chart. So here we go. So I got you a setup right here. 2-week chart, nice consolidation. So definitely bracketing this bar to the upside or to the downside would be a great, great play. Let's see what we here have on the 1 week. There we go. So double inside bar as well. Okay. Double inside bar. Beautiful pattern. So we're just bracketing this. So obviously it's very bullish, but my concern, it's been going vertical. So I would like to play both sides when something goes vertical because it can't go vertical forever, but definitely very, very bullish. And let's just do some analysis. All right. Let's say look at a few of these inside bars. Look at this one here. Look at that. What is the gain on this? At the high, 76%. What if you took this one? Over 150%, guys, right? So this one was a little bit choppy, but let's say you lose 5% here and then you make 160% here. You're good, right, guys? This is what I try to teach you. It's not about if the setup works. It's about the risk to reward, right? You can't control the trade, but you can control the risk to reward. Okay, QQQ from Sharon. Yeah, so Sharon, so the analysis that I put out here on QQQ was this inside bar closed back on the 8th of March. Okay, so we had that, and then I said, okay, If we get above 318 or around here, it's going to be very bullish. If we get below here, it's going to be very bearish. And as you guys can see, right, when I posted this, I took it based on just the inside bar, okay, combined with the 20 EMA. And you can see we broke out and made all-time highs. So I did very, very well on that trade, okay? It also consolidated on the 2-week chart right there, bam, okay? So you can see things a little bit more clear on the 2-week chart. Right now for the Qs, the only thing that matters is right here. So 312 is all that matters because this bar is a big bullish bar filled with many algorithms. Anything can happen over the next few weeks. We can just chop, we can push higher, whatever. The bulls are in control as long as 312 holds. So just remember I said that, guys. The bulls are in control as long as 312 holds. So if you, majority of your trades definitely should be looking to the upside if you're playing tech, but earnings can definitely change that. So keep an eye on earnings, but the chart is showing a very, very bullish pattern. Okay, sorry, I already did Matthew here. JPM and AMAT. JPM. Yeah, so JP Morgan. So we had an inside bar set up here on JP Morgan, and this is on the 2-week chart. Okay, so we pushed up, we pulled back down, and this is very, very suspicious in my estimation, because we had a doji, an inside bar, and then a breakout, and then a fail. Okay, so what I would expect here for JPM is, you see this previous all-time high, so this area from here back up to here, these areas, previous all-time highs, love to act as support, and they kind of act as magnets. So I wouldn't be surprised if JPM pulls back in here and starts consolidating, then looking for the next leg up. Okay. So Nvidia, so this is what we're going to do for Nvidia. We're going to go to my channel and we're going to look at the chart that I posted for Nvidia. So, because I already deleted it, but here we go. So Nvidia. So here's my analysis on Nvidia, guys. So this one I wanted to share with you guys for free. This is also in my private swing room. But basically here, the concept is, we had a previous all-time highs. We broke through the all-time highs, and you see how we tested it, right? We tested it. That's what this wick is, showing that buyers are there. We have an inside bar close. Very, 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 very nice setup, really, when you think about it. So if we can break above this inside bar over here, I'm looking for new all-time highs. But if we start to pull back, if we start to break down, we have all this Fibonacci support below us, and there's likely to be some robots that are going to be stepping in any one of these on the way down. All right. So that's that. And AMAT, what is that? AMAT, Applied Materials. Yeah, so look at that. Beautiful inside bar close. We're at all-time highs, but I would definitely just be willing to bracket this bar. There is a short wick here, so there were shorts. So if we can break through and squeeze through this wick, we can just kind of explode. All right, so keep eyes on that. Can we chart Dada? What's Dada? I haven't played this one. Yeah, so Dada just looking like it's sitting on a fib right now. So we just take it here. Right there, right? So here we go, sitting on the 786. So if we can break above that 2620 right around here, that'll be a nice confirmation for a possible push up. And if we do break this wick is it's very important. There's buyers here. If we can break to the downside, then things can get very nasty very quickly on Dada. So be careful with that one. We have a lot of econ data, FOMC next Wednesday, choppy. Any advice? No, there's always news, guys. There's always something in the market. So you need to trade your plan. You need to trade your setups, and you need to try to ignore the news. Because look, we saw last week, right? We had a big crash on Thursday randomly, right? And no one knew that was coming. We couldn't avoid it, right? It just is what it is. There's always going to be news. There's always going to be earnings. So when it comes to trading, you need to trade your plan, and you need to have good risk management, right? Generally, any announcement like FOMC at 2, I wouldn't trade through it. I would never trade through an announcement. So I'm not going to enter a position at 155 and try to play the news. That's just not going to make sense. You want to trade the morning, and you want to leave. All right. That's what I normally do. Great. Learning a lot from you, Prabjot. Thank you very much. Rizwan wants to look at CMG. B. Gotti says still learning. Yes, we are all still learning. brother. We're all still learning. I'm still learning myself. You know, yes, I make money, right? But I can make more. If, fine tuning my systems and things like that, I can make more. So there's always more to learn. And the market is always changing. So you have to be willing to put in the effort, right? So CMG is working on a double top here. We can see this is a double top at all-time highs. It's very dangerous. And this could be a potential pullback here, at least to the mid Bollinger Band. But if we immediately like gap up and we squeeze this can be a powerful short squeeze. Matthew says, I'm not trading that day. Perfect. Yeah, you can definitely just stay sidelines when it comes to Fed days. I definitely advise that for new traders. CMG, CME, and then Amazon. So what's CCME? So Bill, welcome, Bill. CCME, what is that? CME. Is this the data like for the different markets and stuff? Is that the company that does that? Nice, beautiful double inside bar pattern. Absolutely love it. So what I would do is just bracket this pattern to the upside or to the downside, but I definitely love it. The reason why we have to look both ways is because this is sitting on a short fib at the 886 and it's not clearly trending. So you have to be willing to play both sides. All right. Amazon. Okay. Go to the weekly. Yep. So we talked about Amazon. Okay. Let's draw the short, the fib for the short, high to low. We can see that it's again up on the 786, which was a previous resistance also. So this is why Amazon is finding resistance here. Amazon is actually not trending. It's consolidating in this box, right? So anytime we're in this box, it's going to be very choppy and very hard. When we eventually break out of this box, I'm expecting big things from Amazon. Very, very big things. I'm expecting big moves from Amazon when we can break out of this box. But for now, we're just going to be consolidating and battling back and forth. If you were bullish, you should have taken that inside bar and already made some money. Okay. And definitely you can be bearish up here with a limit order up here somewhere. Put your stop over here and see how it goes. So it's definitely open to both sides on Amazon right now. One thing, like if we look at Microsoft and Google, right? Look at that. Microsoft, all-time highs, Google, all-time highs. So you could see that Amazon has definitely been lagging. Okay. So be careful. By the way, for Google, I took this beautiful here. So someone has a question about a double inside bar. So here was a double inside bar on the 2-week chart. I took this breakout on Google there, guys, and I hit some nice money here. I scaled out some, and now my stop loss is break even. So it did really, really well on Google with that pattern. Okay. Thanks, Rich. I'm not sure yet. We saw that. I need to learn more of the lingo. Yes, definitely. There's a lot of learning. So definitely check out my YouTube videos. I have everything there. I have a lot of beginner guides that you can take a look at. So check those out. And if you want more info on the fibs, definitely get my book because I wrote a lot in there. So it definitely, I don't do it justice by just explaining it here. There's a lot more concepts I talk about in there. Do you have thoughts on odds of success? Double. Okay, so here we go. It's a good question from Sam. Do you have thoughts on odds of success of double inside daily bars versus inside week plus inside day? That's interesting. Inside week plus inside day is interesting. So Sam, I've gotten to the point in my career in trading where I definitely consider everything a 50-50. A good setup, I definitely consider it a 50-50. Because over time, usually the market moves in cycles. There's trends, there's bullish trends, there's bearish trends, there's consolidation. So I look at everything more of like a coin toss nowadays, and I really just focus on my risk to reward. I try to push myself to make at least 1.5 to double my losers. So that way I only need to win 34 out of 100 trades in order to make a profit. All right. So that's kind of what I'm doing these days. And Kat says, thank you, Rich. Thank you very much. All right. So we're close to an hour in. The hour always goes by so fast. It's so crazy. It's actually crazy. How do you think about pre-ER run-ups? Do you trade them? That's a good question. So let's look at that together. Rich, do you only use Tradingview? I use Tradingview and Interactive Brokers. I have charts on Interactive Brokers that I use when I'm executing my orders. But anything charting wise goes through Tradingview for me, and I hope they can sponsor me one day. You know what I mean? Because I'm getting them a lot of customers. I hope. Anyways, so Matthew, great question. How do you think about pre-ER run-ups? Do you trade them or do you stay? I do that all the time. I trade pre-ER all the time. As long as I have an entry reason, so an inside bar or a fib, if I have an entry reason, I will take the trade. The only thing that I do differently is ER. For ER, what I do is if I'm in a position and I will scale out of my position going into earnings. Okay. Always scale out of your position going into earnings. You don't want to hold a full size because it's a coin toss for earnings. Always is, right? So if I take a day trade, maybe 2-3 days before earnings, it goes well, I make money, I lock in where I can, and then I leave a little bit on for earnings. All right. George, what do you think about drawing fibs with pre-market chart? George, I think that's definitely a feasible plan. It works well, but I don't have back-tested data, right? So everything that I teach you guys, I've done back testing. I have data for like 4 or 5 years of testing. So I can't tell you the win rate. I can't tell you how successful it is, but I've seen it work multiple times. So again, I would suggest that you really focus on the risk to reward part, and you be creative when it comes to this. You can definitely create your own strategy, right? You can create your own strategy with the pre-market charts, looking at the pre-market lows, drawing the fibs. They definitely will work. Definitely. Because I've seen it, right? But personally, for me, I have my systems, my triangle system, and I follow that because I don't want, if I break my rules, right, everything falls apart. So I never break my rules. So Matthew says, copy. Thanks again. Best Sunday sessions on the planet. Love you guys. Really do. You guys are my favorite. I look forward to this. I love helping people. I just want to help the world. I want to change the world. I want to make things better. I grew up, guys, in a very tough environment, and I'm not supposed to be here. So this is why I'm so grateful and happy to be here, and I'm happy to help because life is just a dream for me, honestly speaking. I've achieved pretty much everything that I had planned for my life. I've achieved it. And, for me now, it's just about giving back and helping and being a part of the community. It's fun. Trading is fun. If you know what you're doing, trading is fun. It's exciting. It's an opportunity. Like, I'll give you guys a story. One of my traders, I don't know if he's still here. Delfino. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but I've been working with him for the last 2 months. And last week, he had 5 winning trades and 1 loser. And he shocked the shit out of me because this guy's only been trading for 2 months. He's like on a 7-week win streak and he's just killing it. And I'm just so surprised. I'm so surprised that he's doing so well. And that's what makes me happy because he can help his family. He can help his community. He's making good money. That's what it is. Empowering our community, our friends, and our families to live a better life. Rizwan, thanks. Sharon, thanks. Andrea, thanks. Bill, thanks. Joe, thanks. Blues Rock Addict, thank you. Thank you very much, guys. George says, how about we all tag TikTok on Twitter to come on the private swing room? I would love that, guys. I'm trying. Guys, I just want someone that's out there, like that's a big channel. Come and see what I do. Anybody that's in my trading room can vouch for what I do. Come see what I do. It does not get easier than what I do, guys. I give the exact entry, exit, and stop loss on Friday, right after the close. You just put in your broker, you disappear. And I try to give learning along the way. So I'm trying to automate it and give learning, right? And I try to get these big channels to find me and to look at me and stuff. But it's so hard, guys, because there's so many channels, right? It's like so hard. Like I've been fighting a battle. So it's been 1 year for me. I've been fighting a battle to get where I am. It was not easy. It was not. I've had many people shit on me, bring me down. Many times I felt like giving up on Twitter. No sound? Is that right? I have no sound, guys? You guys hear me? Okay, 1 sec. Let me just double check that before I wrap that up. You guys hear me? If you guys can hear me. Trying to go live here. 1 sec. Let me just double check that. Okay, no. I think the sound is good. Sound is good. Okay. Sorry. All right. Thanks, guys. All right, so we're at 30 people too. So one person is gonna get 1 week in my swing room, and another person is gonna get a copy of my book. All right. But yeah, back to the story. What I was saying. You know, but today let me give an example of just like perseverance, right? So you guys know Trading Composure, right? He's like a huge channel, and I'll show you guys something. So let me show you guys my Twitter. So right here, right? So I tweeted this on April 24th. Good morning, traders. Success is one step after failure. If you feel like giving up, that's a sign that you're close to your dreams. Nothing comes easy in life. Many of the most successful individuals got kicked on their ass, but refused to stay down. And we got, okay, wait, not that one. Where did it go? Anyways, Trading Composure. Here we go. So Trading Composure is a very big channel, right? How come I don't see it anymore? But anyways, he retweeted that for me. And, you know, that means the world to me because that's really going to help my channel grow. Like, look how much likes I get, guys. I don't normally get likes like this, right? There it is, Trading Composure right here. He retweeted and he followed me, you know? So that's, you know, that's big. That's helping me out a lot. That's what I'm trying to do is just grow, take my time and do it, but just focus on the purpose of helping people. And eventually I'm going to get there. Like that's the thought process I have. And I want to share that process with you guys. Make sure, like, I felt over the last year that I wanted to give up on Twitter many times, but perseverance, like what I did, and I eventually you're gonna get exposed. Eventually you're gonna get the opportunity. Somebody will find you and put you out there, right? But you have to keep pushing through, and that's kind of what that post is getting at. Like I felt like giving up. I felt like I was done, but something inside of me said keep going. And the reason I was able to was because I always came back to focus on my purpose. So my purpose is I want to help people, period, whatever it is. Right now, I have a skill in finance and in trading. So that's how I can help people. So that's what I'm doing. So when I focus on that, that's what gives me the motivation to keep doing it. Otherwise, I've been bashed so many times. I've been called a fraud so many times for absolutely no reason because I'm like one of the only person that actually shows trades, right? And actually, I have all of my results on my website. I'm one of the only people that do that, but for some reason, I still get bashed. So that puts me down, makes me like, honestly, if you guys got bashed like that, you'd be like, what the hell am I doing this for? You know, like it's just wasting my time. People are just trying to bring you down, right? So, but if you focus on your purpose and what you really want to achieve, you know, that's what keeps you going. And that's what kept me going. So I'm confident that over time we'll get there. And I'm also confident that the universe will bring me to the people who need me to help them, right? The people that are ready to make a change in their life, right? Because it takes two sides to tango, right? I can bring you all the knowledge, but if you don't apply it, there's no point, right? There's absolutely no point. So, you know, I'm just confident that the right people will be there and I'll be there to help guide them along the way. All right. So we're at I don't really feel like ending anything right now. I kind of want to hang out with you guys a little bit more. What do you guys want to talk about? Do you have chart requests? Do you want to talk about day trading? What do you want to talk about? I wanted to kind of look at Apple actually and do an analysis of a day trade actually. So let's see. Actually, let's look at SPY. Talk about a few day trades you guys want, right? Are you guys cool if we keep going? Let me know in the chat if you want to keep going because I know you guys, I know it's kind of late. So if you guys are okay with to keep going, let me know in the chat. Otherwise, I can't end it here. It's already been over an hour. So what do you guys think? In the meantime, I'll bring up CL for Rizwan. Let it rip. Okay. Let it rip, guys. Wow. You know what's funny? So let's look at this chart, guys, okay? Fair. Thank you, guys. Okay. So I want to show you guys something very interesting, okay? You see all of these lines? I drew all of these lines actually a few years ago. And this is how I used to trade, with a whole bunch of random freaking lines on my chart. They're not random, but how the hell can you trade this? So this is a lesson, guys. I don't trade any of this crap anymore. I trade two things: inside bars and Fibonacci. That is what I do, right? And let's look at crude oil. Look at this double inside bar breakout. Bam. Look at that. Bam. Look at these inside bars. Bam. You see, this is why over time I have adapted myself to make things simpler, because I know a lot of you are facing the same problem. Like, look how many lines I have on. How can you trade? How can you make money with so many lines? This is what I used to do, and this is an example of what I do and what I did, right? And now where I am. So I want you guys, if you have too much stuff on your chart, you get analysis paralysis and you just lose money, right? So keep things as simple as you can. So crude oil right now, we could see that it's sitting on a fib. Let's take it from low to high here. Okay. We can see here 618 has been tested twice. There was some beautiful algorithm robots hanging out here. They bought that bam, bam, and then they had that explosion up. Okay, so I think the algorithms had definitely covered already and made some money, because we can see, if we look to the flip side, that the shorts are in the game too. Okay, look at that 618 short, bam. So it's definitely a very tight battle. If we can get above 64 right here, we can definitely squeeze back into all-time highs. Definitely. But you see, the thing with the robots and the algorithms is when they get in before us. Okay, they get in at the level itself, and when they get a little pop, that could be, that could be like, really and truly, with a large institution, that could be like maybe like $100 million in profit, right? So you have to be careful. And the other thing that I hate about crude oil is, look at this. See that? So I'll never trade the crude oil futures ever, period. Okay, because of when it went negative. And I don't know how that could even happen, but I heard about it from some of my other trader friends. It went negative, and I think, like, instead of you owning oil or something, you owed it or something like that. Like, so you went from having a balance to actually owing money. That is insane. So definitely crude oil futures is blacklisted from my trade. I would never trade something that could do that. Never. So you got to pick your battles. So is your Discord link broken? No, I think the one in my YouTube for some reason doesn't work well. So DM me, I'll send you a link separately. Okay. Blah, blah. All right. So let's look at SPY. I want to talk about some day trading. As you guys know, I day trade. I have my systems. And I guess I got probably most popular from day trading. The thing with day trading and swing trading is they all have pros and cons, right? They all have pros and cons, but if you combine them, if you have a successful day trading, okay, and swing trading strategy, then you will do very well. So they're almost like a hedge, because usually what I found is that when the day trades are not working well, the swing trades are working well. Or when the swing tradings are not working well, the day trading is working well. So it's like they're hedging each other, okay? So I also want to point out, Delfino, I don't know if you're still in the chat, but Delfino is my student, and he made 27R this month in April. Okay, so like, that's a world record. That is a world record. I haven't seen that in a long time. 27R, right? So what does 27R mean? So it's 27 times whatever risk you put up, okay? So if he put up $1,000 risk, he would have made $27,000, right? So on average, if you can make about 4R a month, you're on pace to double your account by the end of the year. So he made 27R. So here he is. So Delfino's in the chat there, guys. Let me just put him up on the screen, right? He made 27R in 1 month. So I really want to interview him and on YouTube, and I want him to share some tips with you guys, some tips and tricks. Okay, just like what I did with Keisha last time. I want to do that with Delfino. So I'm going to be planning that, and I think he has a lot of value to add to you guys. And anytime I work with traders that are awesome and they're doing well, I want to bring that to you guys, because it's one thing to see what I'm doing, but to see what other people are doing is very, very important. All right. And that's all from day trading. Okay. So Joe says, awesome idea. Thank you. Andrea says, way to go. Yep. He's been killing it. It will be good to learn more. Yep. But with stocks, you make only 200 unless your margin is 150K. That's not true, David. Well, first of all, this is with futures. So we don't have to worry too much about the margin. So David, you can make as much as you want, or you can risk as much as you want through position sizing. So I have a YouTube video called position sizing. So you should check that out. All right. But when it comes to day trading, you definitely need margin. That's for sure. You need margin. You definitely need margin. Okay. So, but the thing is with day trading, I think if you close your position by the end of the day, then you don't get any charges. Like, so it depends on the broker, right? But definitely, like for me and for Delfino and most of my students, pretty much in and out within the first 2 hours of the day. So we don't get no like weird charges or anything like that. So when you're day trading, be careful. You need margin, but that's how you can make small accounts grow. If you don't have margin, you can't make small accounts grow. People say you can do it through options, but really and truly, options are 90% of the time a scam. Okay, that's the straight up truth. And it's just a get rich overnight scheme, in my honest opinion. There's too many factors against you to succeed in options. There's time decay. There is spread in the bid and ask. There's some very, very manipulated things that go on there. What do you think of leap options? I think options are good as an insurance policy only. So for example, if your portfolio is very long, it's extremely long, then buying puts, out of the money, far expiry makes sense because that's insurance, right? But I would always rather put my money in future contracts than in options. With future contracts, I have access after hours so I can manage my position. I have very good leverage, and I can input a stop loss and I can manage it better. So if you guys haven't tried futures, and you're trading options, check it out, paper trade it, and see what you think. Right? So let's start at the beginning of the week, which was Monday. Okay. And I want to talk about a few things. So this was Friday. So what we do, so I'm just going to do a few of them. So just to help you guys that are day trading. Okay. So what we must do is always draw the previous day's low and the previous day's high. Did you learn about the inside bars because of the strat? No, Antonio. I know that the strat, they have inside bars. They also have like outside bars, up down bar, or I don't know exactly what it's called, but inside bars have been around since the beginning of charts, so nobody really owns them. Inside bars for me, I do it a very different way because I combine it with the Fibonacci. So I did that based on my back testing, where I was able to determine that the inside bars have an edge in the right environment. So that's why I incorporated them. But I always knew about inside bars, but I just never thought that if I combine them with the Fibonacci, that they can be successful. So, that's when I actually did the back test. I was able to confirm that they were actually profitable, right? So when you have an idea, you need to back test it and prove that it can make money before you actually put your money up. Yep. And David says, true. And there's also micro mini, which are 1/10 of the margin requirement for the mini futures. Yes. So guys, so Delfino again, what he did is he started off trading 1 micro contract a day, and then he worked his way up to 3, and then he's going to go to 4, 5, etc. So guys, if you do 1 micro contract a day, that's good. Start off doing something like that. Start off with 1. You can't lose, like if you have a stop loss, you can't lose more than like, I don't know, let's say, $50 or something. Okay. So it's not that hard. It's not too risky. Don't buy the full contract though. Don't buy full ES contract when you start, because every point is $50 on that. But with the micro, every point is only $5. Okay. So start off with the micro, just buy 1 contract and just learn and practice. Okay. I did seminars. I have 2 seminars that I did for that. If you're interested in that, you let me know, but you definitely get started with 1 and just play around and practice execution, practice mentality and psychology, right? And then from there, work your way into more contracts. So Antonio says, okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Antonio. All right. So let us talk, friends. Let us discuss, okay? So here's Monday, okay? So here's Friday, okay? So on Monday, we can see we closed on Friday here, but on Monday, we're opening here, okay? So right off the bat, someone is very, very scared. Someone's in trouble. So who do you guys think is in trouble? With this, this is what we call a gap down, okay? We're still inside of the range, but we're gapping down pretty significantly from where the close was. So who do you guys think is going to be trapped when we have this kind of gap down? So what do you guys think? So let me know about that, and I'm going to draw some arrows here. So who do you think is going to be trapped when we have a gap down from the Friday close? All right, so I'm drawing these arrows here where we can talk about it. Okay. Actually, let me get rid of that one. All right. So bulls trapped. Yep, bulls are trapped. So Joe says bull, buyers. Yep, all the longs are trapped, guys, because if you were here on Friday, you were up. Let's say you got in here somewhere, okay? And then we closed here, and then you're up money. You're laughing. Oh my God, we're going to gap up on Monday. I'm going to be rich. And then we actually open here. All of a sudden, all those unrealized gains you have are gone. So this is a clue that things can, with the bulls trapped, if we start turning, that we can have a big sell-off. And look at this, guys. So this sell-off went, oh my God, let me fix this thing. This sell-off started here and went all the way into Wednesday, where eventually this double bottom turned the whole market, okay? And that's what double bottoms do, guys. Double bottoms turn the whole market. And this is also a trade that Delfino took. He was talking to me earlier about that. So let's see here, guys, okay? So the first thing that we can do, okay, is when we gap down, we can draw the fib, okay? We can take the fib from here to here, all right? And what we are doing here is we're measuring the gap. We're measuring the gap. And what we're looking for here, guys, so this is a concept I go in detail in my book. We're looking for the middle point of the gap up to the 618. So this zone, you see this zone between the 50 and 618, we're looking for this area to be the rejection. Because generally when we have gaps, okay, when we retrace, we'll retrace into the gap, usually halfway, 618, even 786 into the gap and have some kind of rejection. So we see it right here, guys. We pull right into the 618. We have a double doji, okay? Double doji. That means there's rejection. Look at that, how beautiful that is. And then we have the big short. So right there, all you have to do, short when the low of the doji breaks, keep your stop loss right above it, okay? And beautiful, easily, like, guys, okay, so let's see in theory, okay? If you held this, let's just say you had the courage to hold this thing all the way to the double bottom, okay? Let's just say, okay, I'm just doing hypothetical here. So obviously you'll be scaling out along the way, but let's just show the potential of trading. So that is 28R in one trade. That's the power of day trading. Okay, you can't do that in swing trading, but you can do it in day trading. 28R. So if you put in $1,000 risk, you make $28,000 in that trade. That is the power of day trading. Okay, so that is crazy. That is crazy. Okay, so Delfino took this trade, so he did well. Very, very good. But he covered for, I think, 4R. But just imagine this, guys, right? Like, this is the power of day trading. So that's why I never disrespect or underestimate day trading. But everything has its pros and cons, right? So that's the first setup. So then what do we do? What's next? Okay, we have an impulsive leg. There's the impulsive leg. Okay, we have the impulsive leg. Okay, so we know when we have the impulsive leg, this is called the morning leg. This morning leg comes from my book. We take it from high to low. Boom. Right there, we have the most beautiful, absolutely stunning inside bar right at the Fibonacci rejection. So here's the push, here's the pullback right at the 50 inside bar. Okay, so now let's say we take this inside bar. So we short right here. Okay, put the stop above the bar, right? And let's pull that down. Okay, that's another 20R. All right. So let's just say you get half of that. So let's say you get 14R on the first one and 10R on the other one. That is life-changing money. You don't have to trade for the rest of the month after those two trades. Okay, that's the power of day trading. So, and then the last thing is the afternoon leg. Okay, so we had the fib. So do you guys see how this was all Fibonacci? Every single thing here was Fibonacci. Okay, so let me draw every single Fibonacci for you guys so you guys can see it. Okay, so you can see the power. Every single thing here was Fibonacci. The first one was here. Okay, 618. Okay, the next one was here. Okay, this one was the 50 as well. Okay, okay, then the next one is here. We take it from this high to this low here. Okay, that is a 786. Look at that right there, 786 rejection. Okay, take that. Okay, now let's draw another one. Okay, from this high to this low. Okay, that's another 786, 618. Okay, all right, let's draw the next one. So this is the, it looks crazy, right? This is the concept I call sequencing. So this is the 886 now, okay? All right, now let's draw another one from this high to this low, okay? And then we have multiple rejections right here at the 886, 1, 2, 3. All right, so I hope this opens your eyes, guys. Look at that. That's all Fibonacci's, all of that. So if you don't understand Fibonacci, you're missing so much information. Look at that. So this is called the gap down fib. This is called the morning leg. And then each one of these are called the sequence leg. Everything else here is in a sequence. Okay. So that's crazy. Like my mind is just blown just looking at this. It's crazy. So that's the power of fibs, guys. All right. All right. So let me get rid of all of this. And then let's look at the double bottom actually. Okay, I want to look at the double bottom. So let's hover over this candle. What is the low? The low is 410.63. Okay, what is the low of this candle? 410.60. So basically 3 pennies lower. But what I wanted to teach you guys today is that there will always be a double bottom or a double top at least once a week in the market. And if you can get that's actually how I started trading back in the day, is just looking for double tops and double bottoms. If you can just get one of those a week, you can make a living from them. They're that powerful. All right. So that is the double bottom. And it's very good to trade the double bottom when you have wicks, right? So long wick here, very, very beautiful. So what I showed you guys there, we looked at the intraday fibs, we looked at all the sequencing, okay? So what about this, okay? Let's look at the bigger fibs now, okay? So we had this push down, double bottom, come up here. Let's look at the bigger fibs. So the bigger fib is taking the whole range. So from this high to the double bottom, okay? Right? So you can see here, guys, that the 886 was that turning point there where we tried. So the shorts tried, they could see the push down, but the bulls were just very, very strong this week until the news came. And guess what, guys? It's not a coincidence, right? It's not a coincidence that where we drop from is the exact high of the week. This is a double top. Okay, so this is what I mean by double bottom, double top. Keep your eyes on these patterns. They're extremely, extremely powerful. All right. And then the last thing here is if we take this low to this high, then we have the most beautiful 886 touch and explosion. So very, very beautiful. All right. So that's what I want to talk about day trading. There's intraday fibs, there's sequence fibs, there's bigger picture fibs. It's crazy. Everything is Fibonacci. The whole universe is Fibonacci. Everything is made with Fibonacci ratios. The golden ratio, blah, blah, blah. So I encourage you guys to add them to your trading repertoire and tools. All right, guys. So we're at basically an hour and 30. And I've seen a lot of people dropping off, and I'm guessing it's because there's work tomorrow. So I'm going to drop off here. And I want to thank you very, very much for spending an hour and a half with me. And I really hope in that hour and a half that I was able to teach you something. And I think that we went through a lot. We went through futures, we went through swing trades, we went through day trading, we went through strategies, we went through inside bars, we went through fibs. So we went through pretty much everything. So I'm going to continue to do these. I'm probably going to do one midweek next week, as well as Sunday Stock Talk. And if you like the information, please, you know what? If you can like the video, that would be really, really good. I'm pretty sure you guys do already, but if you don't, please, if I could blow up on YouTube, just imagine that. That would be awesome. We'll be able to reach such a wider audience. All right. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your time. Get some rest. Get ready for the battle tomorrow. Okay. Every week is a trading war. That's why I came up with trading wars every single week. All right. There's a battle between the bulls and the bears. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Good night.